to episode 78 of Chew On This, a Nerds United podcast. I'm BJ.
Vic, when we do these podcasts, normally it's 90% of the time it's at night. And I don't know about you, but for some odd reason, I get the munchies usually at night. So what I loved the most about, one of the things I loved the most about being in Jersey was that there's this store called Wawa. And if you're an avid listener, you know exactly where this is leading to. I miss Wawa. I miss everything about the sandwiches, the munchies, the hot foods, the cheap gas, everything about that. Although I don't think the gas would be cheap when they come out here, though.
Probably not.
So I love being able to pick a sandwich on a touch screen, and putting tons of condiments on there, anything I want, pickles, hot peppers, anything. My favorite was always the cold Italian with green peppers, hot peppers, lettuce, tomato, mayo. I'm getting hungry right now.
Yeah, damn it. Don't do that. Do they have Funyuns there? They got Funyuns there. We're good to go.
Of course they have Funyuns.
Do they have Funyuns in Jersey?
So that, yeah, do that, yeah. We have everything in Jersey, except not great sourdough bread. But anyway, so once again, the hashtag is West Coast Wawa, and retweet it. Put it everywhere if you can. I really want. I think BJ also does too.
I do, and all of you out there will want it once it's here.
Yes,
Trust me.
Wants a Wawa in California. I mean, You guys brought Dunkin' Donuts out here. I'm not a big fan of Dunkin' Donuts. The donuts out here are way better than Dunkin' Donuts. There's nothing out here like Wawa. We need a Wawa out here.
We do need a Wawa. It sounds like a baby crying, but it's true. We're crying for Wawa. We need it.
Yeah, especially when we record at night.
Yeah. All right.
So this is our episode. This is Chew On This Says What the Fuck. And what that really means is anytime you're watching a movie, these aren't plot hole things. These aren't like something's wrong with the plot, it doesn't fit his character. No, these are just things that happens in movies, and you just sit there or look back on it and say, what the fuck? Like, why did he or she do that? Why didn't this person do this instead? So these are and you'll be surprised by the list that I have here, that some of these are movies where it's some of my favorite movies.
Yeah, mine
that
too.
I have on this. So that's crazy.
It usually is.
Yeah. So it's good to look at movies that you love and just being able to poke fun at certain things. So that's why Honest Trailers is so great. Honest Trailers is so great because they go back and do all the, some of your favorite movies, and they just fucking kill it. So you want to go first, or you want me to go first?
Yeah, no, I'll go first. So I was 4 years old when I saw Star Wars, and even then, being 4 years old and watching that and seeing the two droids jump into a escape pod, and they jettison out of the Tantive 4. And then you have these two guys watching this pod fly through, and he's like, basically, hey, should I shoot this thing down? And the other guy's like, nah, there's no life forms on there. Just let it go. And I'm thinking to myself, what the fuck? Because those Star Destroyers was shooting the shit out of Tantive 4, right? Just shooting the crap out of it. And then they suck it up the bottom. And then you tell me that the Empire can't just you know what? We could spare another blaster. We could spare another laser bolt. Let's just shoot that escape pod. Of course.
Yeah, plus they have fucking droids. They have droids in the Star Destroyer. So clearly, if an escape pod jettison, it doesn't matter if there's life forms on there or not. There could be droids on there. You guys live in a world where droids exist.
Or the plans could just be in there on a card, just thrown in there.
Did you ever see the Family Guy version of this? Because they actually poke fun of it, where one guy's like, "What are we like? What are we running a shortage on laser bolts or something like that?"
Yeah, we better not. Well, if we do the inventory, we're lost one.
That right there basically kills that entire movie. There's no rebellion. Nobody finds Luke Skywalker. He dies of old age, not knowing who his father was, right? Because he's on the outskirts. He's on the outer rim, so it doesn't really matter. So he doesn't ever know. And Luke Skywalker dies of old age, and old Obi-Wan Kenobi or Ben Kenobi just sits in his hut for the rest of his life. And nobody even finds him anymore. He's like a skeleton. And that guy at the bar never loses his arm. In the cantina, he never loses his arm.
He goes on to be like this famous artist.
Han still shoots first no matter what in this version.
Right. And basically, like, Alderaan might live. The Death Star.
That's true.
The Death Star just kind of flies around.
And I'm pretty sure Princess Leia dies in it, and they probably execute her for treason.
That's right. That's right. They're like, "Where's the rebel base?" Well, you know what? Who gives a shit? We'll just, it's no big deal.
Doesn't matter. Nobody's going to ever find out about this port. And then somebody's like, "Oh shit, you said port. Kill her now." So that would have ended the movie in like the first 5 minutes?
Yep. It would have been
Fuck,
over
that's
with.
A short movie. So of course, like, that's one of our favorite movies. Another one of our favorite movies is Jurassic Park. And I've watched this. I've watched it recently, and this is where the whole thing spawned up. This whole idea for the podcast, because every time I watch Jurassic Park, I want to punch that girl in the fucking teeth when she turns on the flashlight.
Oh, in the car.
Yeah, I mean, I was closer to her age when this movie came out, and I remember being still as pissed off as I am at 38. And I think even at 38, if she's still like 13 in the movie, I would still punch her in the fucking throat. Like, essentially, the T-Rex like goes away from that car.
Yeah.
Like, completely ignores it, right? And doesn't actually turn back to the car till that dumb bitch turns on the flashlight. Like, you're scot-free. You're fucking scot-free.
Flashes it into the sky, right?
Into the sky, directly into the fucking T-Rex's face, like fucking taunting it and shit. And like they can't figure out how to turn off a flashlight. How fucking stupid are you?
Well, why did
it's the opposite way of the fucking button you just push to turn it on.
Right? Why didn't they turn it upside down and push it into the ground?
That, or sit up, like, yeah, exactly. Like, I would have, if I was Timmy, I think that's his name, Timmy. I would have took the fucking light bulb and just fucking bashed it into her fucking head for being so stupid.
Timmy,
I can't, like, that scene just it made no sense to me. Like, even if your car was attacked by a grizzly bear, which would still be scary as shit, and the grizzly bear is done attacking or even sniffing your car, right? And it's walking away, and then all of a sudden you fucking honk your horn. Yeah, you honk your fucking horn. Like, that's the equivalent of, and that's a grizzly bear, and that would still be scary.
Yeah.
Right? You did this to a fucking T-Rex.
They shined it right in its eye, didn't it?
Yeah, and there was no point there was no reason to turn on the fucking flashlight in the first place. Like, it wasn't like she was trying to read a fucking map, right? Like, or like, read something that they needed dire to the plot. It was just, she just turned it the fuck on just to get that whole scene where she's like screaming her ass off.
That's just I think just bad writing. They're just like, we need that T-Rex to come back and start hitting that car.
So, yeah, exactly. So fuck that girl. That girl pissed me off. Still pisses me off today. I feel bad for Timmy for having such a stupid older sister.
So I was watching, and don't ask me why, because I really don't, but it's like a train wreck. But Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull was on.
Oh, man.
It was on. And of course, it's right at the beginning. So, but I missed the whole sequence where they're trying to find the alien in the box or whatever. But when I turned it on, or when it was on, he was running around that town, and there was an alarm going off. And so and then they showed that nuclear bomb that they drop and all that stuff. And so he goes and he jumps in the fucking refrigerator, right, and like shuts the fridge. And I'm thinking to myself, well, what's that going to do? But I guess the fridge back then, weren't they made of lead or something like that?
I don't know. That sounds dangerous. Making a whole fucking fridge out of lead where your food goes.
Yeah. So it's made out of some type of material, because when that blast goes off, he's the only thing that survives. Like the fridge flies miles or thousands of feet or whatever. But the what the fuck moment for me wasn't even just that. It was the fact that it landed so hard, but the door didn't open. He just like pushes it open. He doesn't even like kick it open. He just pushes it
E-
open and gets out.
yeah, even if that thing was lined with lead, which would be dangerous in itself to have that in your home, even if it was lined with lead and was airtight, he still would have died on impact.
From like injuries, right?
Yeah, he would have like, and if not, like, he wasn't blasted so far away where he wouldn't have gotten any radiation poisoning,
His skin
you
melts
know?
off. He's like, oh.
Yeah, like he gets out and then all of a sudden then the mushroom cloud like catches up to him.
Right. I'm like,
You
why
know,
would you get out? Just stay in there.
it's like a volcanic like eruption almost like yeah, you might have like if you get jettisoned out of the volcano or whatever, but then you just like stand there and then all of a sudden the lava comes down the mountain side of the mountain. It's the same fucking thing. Like but I guarantee you, like if you go into a fridge and I drop you from maybe just 200 feet, not even like the fucking 5 miles that it looked like he got jettisoned. If I drop you from 200 fucking feet in a refrigerator, like you're at least gonna get a concussion, at least.
I think if you're dropped from 20 feet, you're going to get a concussion. I
Like,
mean,
yeah, I mean, I didn't know fridges back then were so fucking safe. Like that means if all planes should stop giving you seats with belt buckles in them, they should just give you refrigerators to fly in.
quick, jump
Yeah.
in the fridge.
Frigidaire is gonna fucking load the shit out of your planes
Dude, they
and make
could
it
have.
much safer.
Hey, they could. That would have been a great, like, tagline or something like that. Like, you got a
Frigidaire is gonna come up with their own airline.
Yeah, you
After
got
watching that movie.
you got your own. You got a burglar in your house. Just jump in your fridge, hide in the fridge.
Yeah.
You got. I don't know, but
I mean, you already know like a nuclear. You already know you're gonna survive a nuclear holocaust. Like it's that's gonna happen.
I don't think my fridge. I wouldn't have time to get in it. I wouldn't be able to pull everything out in time. So
Yeah.
I'd be fucked.
Lucky for him.
Yeah.
How did he get there too? Do you remember how he got
Oh
there?
yeah, there was a he was fighting this guy and they landed on this like rocket, like one of those prototype rocket things, and it took
Oh
off.
God.
It took off into the, like 400 miles an hour along the ground, and then it stopped, and then he just like wandered off. So like he eventually walked into the town because he left what is
So
it, Area 51. That's the other that's
wait.
the other what the fuck thing is. Why were they testing nuclear bombs like in Arizona back in the 50s? Yeah, I don't.
I don't know, but here's the other thing is so before he survives a nuclear blast, he survives a rocket.
Yep. And he's
Like
on
that's
it.
a lifetime worth of shit that happens in 20 minutes apart.
Yeah, and he's doesn't have a broken bone or a bruise, or he still has
Yeah, like the
his
rocket
fucking hat
alone
is still on
probably
his head.
Yeah, the rocket alone should have blew the hat off.
Yeah, no, I think it like stuck to the front or some shit like that. It's fucking yeah.
The next one I got the 89 Batman, the Keaton Batman version.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I mean there's a lot of plot holes in that movie and you can question the background and all that stuff, but my what the fuck moment in this is at the very end of the movie. He's used his grappling hook like twice in the movie already.
Right.
Once to save Vicky Vale to shoot up into the whatever the rafters.
Yeah.
And then actually right before that he uses it to get out of the museum, right?
Oh,
So
right.
he's clearly established that he has a grappling hook, right? And then he also uses it at Ace Chemicals as well. He's used it plenty of fucking times for you to know that he's got a grappling hook, right? So his plane crashes, the Batwing crashes right in front of the church. He's a little fucked up, right? So, and he's like wobbly and, woozy. He going in, he knocks over all the benches in the church. So I don't understand why the fuck he walks up all those goddamn stairs. Like, you didn't show me that the grappling hook was broken or anything, right? So why the fuck, like, even if you didn't just survive a plane crash, walking up all those stairs in that suit has got to suck. And he just got out of a plane crash. Where's your grappling hook?
I don't know. That's just like,
He just, and not only that, but like he gives him enough time to actually pour acid onto a giant fucking bell to drop it down,
that's like
right?
that's just like Spider-Man runs out of web, right? So he walks up the stairs, and you're like, well, wait a minute, you could just crawl up the wall. Like, why do you got
Yeah.
to walk up the stairs for?
Or as stupid as like when you go into a toy store and you see like a a car or an airplane for Superman,
Right, right.
and it's not like he's Clark Kent flying the plane and Clark Kent driving the car. It's fucking Superman.
What does he got, like a kryptonite necklace on? Like he can't fly or can't.
It's
He's like,
like,
I need a car.
and then it has like missiles. It has like missiles on it. I'm like, you're fucking Superman. You punch harder than missiles. You don't need missiles.
Ah, oh, that just reminded me of when we talked about the toys a long time ago. Like if what was it? What was our? Oh, it was the producer of. John Peters. If John Peters had a toy line, if he had a toy line, Superman
Yeah.
wouldn't fly, wouldn't have the blue suit. Yeah, that's fucking funny.
He would drive a car.
And you have a big spider as a friend. Yeah, yeah. So speaking of cars, very, very iconic car in Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Okay.
The red car.
The Ferrari.
Oh my God, fucking love that car. Just what happens to that car? Spoilers. It going getting destroyed. Just
It's not spoilers. It's over 20 years. You should have seen the fucking movie by now.
shit. It's like 30 years, huh?
Oh my God, that's even worse.
Yeah. So iconic movie, right? Well, there's like one what the fuck moment. They drive that car all over hell and back, and then those like two guys that run the parking garage at that point. They take the car for a joyride, right? So these guys, they get all the way home, and Cameron like flips the fuck out because the mileage on there is like crazy, like over or something like that.
Right.
Which again, to me, even if they went 10 miles or 100 miles, it didn't matter. His dad was going to get pissed, right?
Right.
So the what the fuck moment for me was they're like, oh, we'll just have this brilliant idea of let's raise the car on a what do you call it, a tire jack,
Yeah.
and we'll just run it in reverse. That'll work. I don't know anywhere in the history of the universe where that ever worked, where you could just like drive your car in reverse and make the mileage like go away. And then
No, I've never heard that either.
I've never heard of that. And then I remember even being like 12 watching it, going like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, then I mean, if that was true, then they would have saw right away if it worked or not. They basically turned the car on, put it in reverse, and walked away from it. They didn't even look to
They
see
went
it.
swimming.
Yeah, they didn't even look to see if it was working. They just like took off for an hour. Then they came back and went, "Oh shit, it didn't work." It's like, what the fuck,
Yeah.
man? But
Now
anyway,
you have to go get gas.
now, right? He's gonna now. Not only did you drive all that much, but you like now he needs to go fill it up. He's really gonna be pissed.
Yeah, and you're gonna put more miles getting more gas. Okay, this one. I remember literally saying "What the fuck" when I saw this movie.
Right out loud. Your parents are like, dude.
No. This was I was in college when I saw this movie.
Okay, good.
So it's a movie called City of Angels, and it has Meg Ryan and Nick Cage in it.
I think I know where you're going
And
with this.
basically, if you don't know the movie, I'll give you a rundown. And I don't give a shit. It doesn't matter if it's spoiled or not because the movie's fucking stupid. And here's why. So it's supposed to tell this story about an angel who is infatuated and starts falling in love with a human woman, Nick Cage and being that person, and Meg Ryan being the woman, and he basically is torn between the love that he has for her and his duty as an angel throughout the whole movie. He finally decides to take the jump, the leap to become human, and him and Meg Ryan have this like great passion at night or whatever, and she wakes up early to go food shopping or doing something, right? She comes back, like he's sleeping. She comes back and she's all happy, like giddy of the romantic night that she just had sex with an angel, basically. And she's on a bike going downhill, and she decides to close her fucking eyes and put her arms out to her side, like, and then just enjoy the sun in the middle of the fucking street. So, like, in real life, the most realistic thing that could possibly happen to you if you did this in real life is you get hit by a fucking car and die. They chose then to be realistic about a movie about an angel who falls in love with a woman. Right? So that's the time that they decided to be realistic. So she fucking dies in the dumbest fucking way possible. And like that I could
cinema
possibly imagine,
history.
like pound for pound, the dumbest thing I've ever seen somebody die in a movie.
Even
Because there's like comical ways, like horror wise, you can die. This was a drama romance movie, and she dies because she closes her eyes riding a bike downhill.
was she using the force or some shit? Like what was she doing?
I think she gets hit by a truck, so clearly she's deaf too. Dumbest fucking thing
The guy
ever.
in the truck is just like in awe. He's like, is she gonna move? Is she
I mean,
gonna open her eyes?
Like, even leading up to that point, the movie wasn't great, right? But after seeing that part, it almost was like, wait a minute, did you get a completely different writer to come in to write this like last 5 minutes of the movie?
They didn't know what to do. We wrote ourselves in a corner. What do we do?
Yeah, you should have just ended like as soon as they were done making love, credits. That's it.
But Nick Cage, then like, what does he do? He just goes to the ocean and just walks around in the ocean, and he's
like he tries to experience us like this woman just died in the dumbest fucking way possible.
God's punishing you, you fucking idiot.
In the dumbest way possible. Like she didn't get shot.
You just wanted pussy, and you got it. Now you're dead. Now she dies. Yeah. So we're gonna.
And
punish
I'm gonna make her die in the dumbest fucking way possible.
Make you have to.
That
live
you're
with
not gonna even believe it. And you were a former angel, and you're still not gonna believe the shit I'm gonna give you. Fucking go AWOL on my angel core.
In fact, every woman that you sleep with or fall in love with is gonna die in the most stupidest way. Like,
like he's cursed for life.
Yeah, like the next girlfriend dies of like eating a sandwich and chokes on the pepperoncini or something.
She goes like Mama Cass, like a ham sandwich or something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Or she dies like. She dies deciding to eat toast in the bathtub, and the toaster falls into the fucking bathtub.
I like it. That is so stupid.
I'm trying to think of dumber deaths. Can you think of, because I mean there's some like really funny haha deaths in cinema, right? But can you think of another movie that was this serious? Where the death was just fucking so stupid.
I can't think of anything. I mean, you look at those, that one horror movie where the people die in the most ridiculous ways.
Yeah, but you expect it from that.
Yeah,
that's the genre.
Yeah.
Like what about like Pretty Woman? Like, that's like a drama, comedy, whatever, romance.
She gets
movie,
hit
right?
by a bus running across the street to hug Richard Gere.
Or like they find out like she has like she could have gotten like STDs like being a prostitute, but she got it from picking up like a homeless guy's dirty syringe because she wanted to be like clean, like just wanted to clean the streets.
She gets, oh my god.
Or she dies going to the horse racing track, right? That they go to, and she's like sitting in the front seat, and they're all happy and lovey or whatever, and then all of a sudden like a wild horse comes in and like fucking hooves her right in the fucking forehead, and she dies. So stupid. I can't think of another movie where somebody dies so. I mean, fuck. Like, even my 5-year-old knows not to fucking close your eyes when you're riding your bike. And she's still on like training wheels.
Oh shit.
And she's a doctor.
Can you imagine?
Meg Ryan's a doctor in this movie.
Can you imagine just like you just get in your car and just start closing your eyes while you just drive around? Like,
Yeah, exactly. Like I wouldn't even walk to my mailbox with my eyes closed.
I would walk to my bathroom with my eyes closed.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I wouldn't even pee with my eyes closed.
Like, oh shit, I
And this
missed.
fucking doctor decides to ride a bike down a fucking hill with her eyes closed into oncoming traffic.
Right.
She's not in the she doesn't even do it in the bike lane and veers off. She does it in the middle of the fucking road.
Oh man.
She's fucking stupid. So fucking stupid.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
Oh
So
fuck.
I have a lot of what the fuck moments in Back to the Future.
Okay.
I just
Okay.
have a ton, and Back to the Future is like a near perfect movie. You know, the first one is like near perfect, way up there, like with Ghostbusters and stuff like that. But so like he he spends quite a bit of time with his parents in the 50s, right? With both of them. He
Right.
spends quite a bit of time. And then right at the end, they after his parents kiss, and then they realize that all the children are going to be saved, and and we're okay, and I'll go to the future and they're going to be fine. And they before they part ways, they go, Marty, that's, they're like, thanks for everything. And then he leaves, and then
Mm.
they're like, all, oh, Marty, what a cool name or whatever. So you think, oh yeah, okay, they're gonna name their kid Marty. Well, what the fuck, dude? Because he grows up, and then what? They don't recognize him. They spend all that time with him, and they don't recognize him, to the point where, like, if I were the father, I'd look at my kid and go, "Did you fuck Marty back in the 50s?" Because our kid looks just like that guy that was like,
Did you fucking cheat on me, you
yeah,
whore?
yeah, exactly. Is Marty even mine? You son of a
Yeah.
bitch.
Because they don't know he went back in time, right? So the logical explanation is she fucking cheated on him with that guy
Exactly.
that
Like,
nobody ever saw in high school again. Like he was just fucking there for a week and gone forever.
right.
And he's like, "Did you think?" Oh wait, no, because Marty's the third child, so it would have been like, "Did he come back in fucking town and you fucked him and I didn't even know that he came back to town?"
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. He's
That
the youngest kid.
that weekend in fucking Florida wasn't for a girl's getaway, was it, you bitch?
That kid looks like that Marty kid that took you to prom. You fucking whore.
But what about the mother though? Wouldn't she have like remembered that guy too? Like you remember the person before you marry, right? Like you should anyway. Like you kind of remember that.
Yeah,
You should remember at least what their face looks
you
like.
don't
Not
ever
to
forget
mention
that. You don't
not
ever
to mention
forget
that he
that.
gave you the name of the son, right? Like
Exactly.
or
It's
tells you an exact moment in history in the future too, because he fucks the rug up.
oh right. When your kid
And he,
is around
yeah,
9 and he
I mean,
burns the
it's like
rug.
a
Yeah.
it's a cool moment. But if you sit back and think about it, at that point in time, wouldn't you have been like, wait a minute, that shit that he told me back at the prom, like this shit happened, and now he's growing up and looking just like that fucking guy. What the hell's going on here?
Exactly. He's
That's
like,
why she that's why she fucking drinks now, like fucking vodka straight up, because she's going crazy.
well, yeah, and he writes science fiction, so that's not that far fetched from. I mean, he could be like,
Yeah.
wait a minute, this is just like the shit I write about. It's like,
That's a good one. Yeah, that's a good one.
what else?
I got something completely different.
Okay.
It's not a movie, but when I thought about it, it pissed me off and made me say, like, what the fuck? Charlie Brown.
Ah,
And so Charlie Brown's always getting shit on. And my what the fuck is like for Charlie Brown himself. Like, where's the Charlie Brown episode where he fucking goes postal and fucking beheads like Lucy for fucking with him, and kills everybody for like, always shitting on him. Like they're always in elementary school, but like if you saw an older version of Charlie Brown, he's walking into fucking high school with a trench coat. Like for like and purposely like cuts Lucy's head off and puts the football that she always fucking used to take away from him and puts that on her head instead. And draws like eyes like Wilson, like fucking gives her hair and shit.
and then he kicks it.
Yeah, finally kicks
he
it.
sits
Yeah, he
her
finally
down.
fucking punts it.
Yeah.
I can never understand why Charlie Brown like didn't reach a breaking point. Like
Yeah.
he just didn't go postal on everybody.
Because watching that, it makes you angry. Like
Yeah.
I always thought like when I was like a little kid and I watched those, I always had this like split second of like, oh, he's gonna fucking finally kick it, and then she'd pull it away, and I'm like, God damn it. So like you were frustrated too, along with Charlie Brown, and you would have like picked up the TV and threw it across the room because you're pissed. But
I would
like,
have been so okay with Charlie Brown turning around and just fucking cold cocking Lucy right in the face.
and she's always like, what has like the 5 cent, psychiatrist booth or whatever.
Yeah, but it fucking closes down and goes bankrupt because fucking she can't breathe anymore because fucking Charlie Brown punched her in the throat so hard.
You like burns it down.
Yeah, he fucking goes ape shit on that fucking stand.
Well, I have again. I have a lot of. I don't know why it was on my mind, but Back to the Future is a lot on my mind recently. But so there's like this weird conundrum thing that's happening. Okay, so Marty, right, in 1955, he Doc Brown disappears, in the DeLorean and goes back to 1885. And so he goes to the 1955 Doc, and Doc is like, "Well, you got this letter from my old self. Let's read it and figure out what's going on." So they read it and they figure out that the time machine is in some cave somewhere. So they go get it and they get the parts and they fix it up or whatever. So then Marty goes back to 1885. Well, shouldn't there be two fucking time machines then? There should be two time machines. We've already established that he can go back and be in the same space as himself. Doc
Right.
Doc went back and was in the same space as himself. But if Marty goes back to 1885 in the DeLorean from 1955, essentially the DeLorean is in 1885. The other one is there. The one that Doc left in a different cave is still there. So wouldn't they use that one to fix the one that they're having problems with? Because he breaks a gas line essentially.
Oh
So
yeah.
and so that's number one. What the fuck? The second what the fuck is you being to tell me that he makes this huge contraption to make one fucking ice cube, right? And he
Right.
and he can't make gasoline. He can't give me a fucking break. Like he could make gasoline. He doesn't need a machine for that.
I never thought about that fucking time machine. That there's two time machines there. That's great. Yeah, that's right.
He could
There
have
should be
went.
two time machines there.
Yeah, he could have went to the one that was broken down as shit and just grabbed the gas line and then repaired the other one, and then they'd be fucking out
Yeah,
of there.
that's what happens when you play with time too much. We've said this before. Like
Yeah.
you're always gonna have like you're gonna run into issues when you keep fucking with time.
So there's two different timelines all the time.
Right. Let's see. What do I got? I got Ghostbusters too.
Oh shit.
There's a lot of like issues with that movie, but my biggest what the fuck in that movie is the end of the movie where everybody's cheering
Hmm.
and nobody wants to like talk about the elephant in the room, that the Statue of Liberty is just fucking sitting there on its side, like right in the middle of the fucking street. Like I feel like Eddie Murphy should have showed up at that part and been like, "So we're just gonna fucking leave this here, right?" Like, like where's the like? Do the Ghostbusters put it back? Like they spray it with jelly again or whatever, or slime, and then they fucking drive it back?
It looks like they just jizzed all over the Statue of Liberty
Yeah,
on
and
the
then like
inside of it.
what song are you gonna make the people sing to get the Statue of Liberty to stand back up again?
I forgot about that. They just kind of leave it there, right? They don't have
Yeah,
like.
like it's just because like you might not have thought about it as much if they didn't show like the matte painting part of it, like when they backed out of the museum where everybody's cheering and they show the Statue of Liberty just like laying on its side in the street.
Sleeping. Uh,
Yeah, like how come like she doesn't I didn't know that she had to have five guys inside of her to be alive. Or four guys.
oh, that's bad. Oh my gosh. Yeah,
Like
that
she just keels over. Like the slime should have just kept going because they didn't stop. They,
they didn't start cheering or singing. Yeah.
yeah. So it should have still been like, well, what the fuck do I do now? Do I just stand here and wait for them? Like, where am I gonna go?
Every time they do those things where they destroy a lot of stuff and they have to do massive cleanup, that always like bugs me. Like if you watch Return of the King, okay,
Hmm.
um, the orcs beat the shit out of Minas Tirith, like just fuck it up to no end, right?
Yeah.
And at the very end of the movie, when what's his name, Aragorn is being crowned, everything looks all it's put back together again. And I was like, you mean to tell me, like, how fucking long would it take? Like, that place was carved out of a mountain. Like,
Maybe
how?
Gandalf the White like did something to it.
Shit. I'm just like, this is like ridiculous. I'm like, it must have took them years to put that back together. But no, at the end of the movie, it's like, it's all put back. Like we're good.
I also got Return of the Jedi on
Okay.
here.
Nice.
I have at the end. I don't know why with the endings. I guess it just these are the most things that stand out to me when it's the most crucial part of a movie.
Mm-hmm.
So at the end, when Luke finally beats Vader, and the Emperor wants him to like finish Vader off, and he says that awesome line,
Right.
and he says, I'm a Jedi like my father before me, and he throws the lightsaber away, and I'm like,
what the fuck are you
you
doing?
could have just told him no and just like holstered it back onto your belt. Like you didn't have to.
You could have blocked the electricity, you dumbass.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Like that's what were you thinking? Like you kind of need that to get out of here. Like even if you somehow beat the Emperor one-on-one without your lightsaber, there's a whole fucking Death Star filled with stormtroopers. You're gonna need that fucking thing.
Yeah, that's right. Because by carrying Vader out, everyone just kind of fucking left him alone. They're like, "Oh, he's got Vader. Okay, let's let
Right.
that be."
But he didn't know that was gonna fucking happen. He fucking threw his lightsaber away. And at that point in time, do you know how fucking hard it is to get kyber crystals? I mean, the whole temple is completely gone. Like the kyber crystals are shot. There's no kyber crystals.
They took enough to make 2 Death Stars. I mean, fuck.
Right. I mean, that's how much they took from the fucking galaxy, and you just throw your one kyber crystal away. Like you had the other one, you got your fucking hand cut off, so you lost that. And then you somehow find another one, a cooler one, a green one.
Right.
Right? You find a green fucking kyber crystal, and you fucking toss that while you're surrounded by millions of stormtroopers and the Emperor.
That was a bad time to make a statement, to put it that way. It was not a good time.
He could have made the same statement, just badass twirling his lightsaber and rehooking it back onto his belt. Yeah.
Or
like,
just
instead of
throw
it,
throw it and then go, okay, that was pretty fucking cool, but stupid, and then just get it back. Just stick his hand out and get it back.
Or pretend to throw it, right? But control it with the Force and throw it at the Emperor and like ignite it and kill him there.
That would be fucking awesome. That would have been so cool.
Yeah, like throw the lightsaber at him, he blocks it, but you force push him over the edge. Or force pull him over the edge. That would have been an awesome ending. But instead, you fucking throw your lightsaber away.
I mean, I like the fact that Vader picks him up and tosses him down there. That was a very strong moment. But what I hated is when they added the no to it. They added no in the special editions. Yeah, I fucking hated that so much.
I wonder if Luke is gonna have the same lightsaber in Episode 8. If they do, they fucked up.
Yeah, because he
never
tossed
picks it back up.
He tossed it, and the Death Star blows up. So. Wouldn't it be fucked up if he didn't have any lightsaber? He's just like all sad. She's like, "Why are you sad?" And he's like, "Because I threw my fucking lightsaber away."
Yeah, my bad.
No, he probably has one in Episode 8 because he had to train Jedi sometime after
but
that. So I'm sure.
I'm wondering, I'm hoping they picked up on the fact that he threw his lightsaber away in Jedi.
It better not be the same hilt, is what you're saying. It could be green or red.
It could be like close to the
blue.
Old one. Like maybe he wanted to make like a better version of the old one, which would have been fine with me. But it can't be the same one because he fucking threw it like
funny if it comes out pink and he's all hello, like
Richard Simmons.
Yeah, exactly. They're like
because he's completely lost it. Like Han's dead. all his students like he fucking cracked like a something like in a psychosis.
No, he could be like he finally realized he's like I'm Caitlyn Jenner kind of thing. He's just like I'm really female. That's what I want to be.
And the other Jedi trainees weren't liberal enough for him, and that's why
they're like fuck this. They got out. They wiped everybody out.
They're like I'm going to Earth in the United States where they don't accept this shit.
I'm going to the Knights of Ren where
to Texas.
More metal. none of this foo-foo shit.
Do you got any more? I got
No,
a
that's
couple
it.
more.
That's it.
You
Let's
got
do
any-
let's do
I
one more.
got
Let's do one more.
let's see. Hmm. I'm trying to decide which of these three I should talk about. Um, because okay, so you tell me. I'm going to tell you the three movies,
Okay.
and you pick one of the three.
All right.
Spider-Man 2 and 3 is lumped together. Finding Nemo and Gremlins.
Oh shit. Well, let's go old school. Let's go Gremlins.
Okay. You know the scene where anytime the Gremlins are out and about, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're basically what, like 2.5 feet tall. Like they're no bigger than my 1-year-old,
Yeah.
right? So even if there was like 100 of my 1-year-olds, I would still run them over with a fucking car. Like he just runs away, like he has a car.
Right.
The one guy has a bulldozer. You know, the neighbor who dies.
Right.
Like it's every time that he's fighting like one of the Gremlins, I'm like, yeah, he's kind of scary looking, but like you're also like 4 feet taller than him, and you know, if you accidentally tripped and fell on him, you would kill him. That's how much bigger you are than him. You know, like just run all these things
They-
over and stop running scared. Like
Yeah,
it was like it didn't make any sense. I was like, what the fuck? They're just really small things.
They put a lot of stock in like how scary they were or whatever. Like they could have literally just lured all of them into Sears where all the microwaves are and just like put food in all the microwaves.
Right.
Yeah. And just turned
I
them
mean
all on.
the Snow White scene is pretty badass. But as they're all coming out like lined up in a row, like it's just like the fucking Civil War or something. You know, like I'm just gonna stand in a fucking line and get shot. You know, they're like right there. Just hijack a car and just run them
Just
the fuck
run 'em
over.
over.
At the most, you kill at least half of them right there.
All right, I'm curious now. I got to know your Spider-Man 2 or Spider-Man 3 what the fuck moment.
Um, Spider-Man just not telling Harry how big of a dick his father was. Just like I don't know why he's not keeping it a secret. Like why he's keeping a secret at that point, because like clearly like. You know, I know he wants to be like proving all noble and shit, but it actually fixes a lot of issues.
It is.
Where like Harry doesn't hire somebody to fucking kill you.
No, it takes like the butler at the end of the movie when your face is all fucked up.
That guy says nothing in 3
He
movies.
says nothing, and he finally's like, Spider-Man actually tried to save him. The guy, your dad killed himself, actually.
Yeah, and
it's like what
that
the
conversation,
fuck?
like Harry would have turned to his butler and be like, "Why the fuck didn't you tell me this when I was hiring these henchmen to fucking kill him?"
Right.
Like you know I hate Spider-Man. Like you couldn't like why did you not save me from all this anguish?
Stupid.
What is wrong with
butler. You work for me, bitch.
Like
Why didn't
it's
you
like
tell
Alfred.
me?
It's like Alfred just telling Bruce, like, "Yeah, your parents are actually alive in Australia." Like after years decades of being Batman.
Alfred does do that to him with Gyllenhaal's character. He does do that.
Oh right,
He fucking
yeah.
lies to him.
Yeah. But the parents, I think, would have been a bigger deal because he becomes Batman because of his parents.
He's
Like
just
what?
Like
Alfred, I went to a different country and stole shit.
I almost died like 100
Yeah,
times.
I almost starved to death. When I was when I purchased that gun, or when I was gonna go, like, when you knew you weren't gonna get me back from college and all that shit, why didn't you just tell me then that they were in Australia? and then even after I came back, when I ran away, why did you let me become Batman?
I'd have a much easier life.
Yeah, I could have been
asshole.
I could have actually been the rich playboy that everybody thinks I am.
No, I gotta go fight crime.
Yeah, look at my fucking body. It's fucked up. What were you waiting for?
He's just loves to see Bruce be tortured. like maybe Bruce did
He's
some.
like, remember
maybe
all
Bruce,
the fucking times.
Bruce
Yeah.
broke one of his figurines when he was younger or something. He's like trying to get back at him.
That's what you get for stealing all the fucking condensed milk.
Yeah. Oh shit.
That's funny as hell.
All right, Spider-Man.
Yeah, so that's my Spider-Man too. Like, I never understood. Like, just fucking tell him. Your dad was the Green Goblin. He was an asshole.
Well, the butler, dude. The butler
Yeah, the
didn't
butler
do
who
it.
never says anything. Never says anything, and then all of a sudden, like, when Harry's face is all fucked up. Like, that's the other thing too. Like, why didn't Harry be like,
so
look at my fucking face, Jeeves. You couldn't have fucking told me that before. I mean, I'm fucking stinking rich and I can't get this shit fixed. Why the fuck didn't you tell me? The fuck were you waiting for?
Yeah, right? Like, what if Harry
I mean, half his face is fucking melted off.
What if Harry actually killed the Spider-Man? And then the
Yeah,
butler's
exactly.
like, you shouldn't have done that.
Like, what's the butler thinking when he walks in and sees Harry's face like that?
I don't know.
You know, like he's looking, because you don't see him like call 911, right? So there's probably
Right.
there's like an filmed scene there where the butler comes in, Harry's face is like half melted off, and he's like, "Fuck, I think I waited too long to let him know his dad was a dickhead."
You see this look on his face like, oh shit, I should have said something. Like,
Yeah, like he comes in, he bites his knuckle, he's like, "Oh, fuck, I waited too long."
he's never gonna get laid again.
And then
It's all my fault.
he's like, "Oh fuck, I waited too long." And then he looks down, and like there's a checklist of like 13 things, and he checked off all 12, and he's just about to get to the 13th thing, which is tell Harry.
Oh fuck. It's like
He's just like, Spider-Man is just asking for it. It's like he wants the split friendship type thing.
yeah.
You know, he wants to live in that fucking shithole apartment instead of like hanging out with Harry.
That's the thing is you feel for Harry. You fucking hate Spider-Man by the end of number 3.
Yeah,
You're
he's
like,
a
what a
dick.
dick.
He's
But-
like, not only will you not stop crying and showing everybody who the fuck you are, but like you're letting your best friend fucking, like, you burned half his face off.
You let him suffer.
All you had to do was say, "Harry, your dad was the Green Goblin. He was an asshole and he killed himself because I'm better than he is."
What, like Harry couldn't figure that out when he goes to the hidden room and he sees all that shit. He couldn't figure out his dad was a Green Goblin then.
Yeah.
But you know, the butler.
Yeah, you're right. He never even considers that.
But
like,
the butler just says right out, like, your father killed himself. The blades that killed him are from his speeder thing or whatever it was.
Yeah, that never made sense to me
says it.
either. Like, yeah, but here's what doesn't make sense about that is, like, how do you know they were self-inflicted? You didn't watch the fucking fight.
You weren't there.
Spider-Man's strong. Spider-Man's strong enough to pick that fucking thing up and throw it at him.
Exactly.
How do you know he just wasn't having coffee and fucking Spider-Man just picked up the glider and threw it at him with the blades out?
I think there's
You
more to
didn't know
this.
that.
There's more to this butler than they're letting on.
Yeah, the butler's an asshole.
The writers clearly were like, I don't know what to do. Let's just make the butler a fucking idiot.
Yeah, the butler tell him at the end, and let's not even think Harry's gonna consider that his face is fucked up because we're gonna kill him off anyway.
Exactly. Then what, Butler?
After
now
all,
what?
after all the unnecessary anguish we put Harry through, we're gonna fucking kill him.
Right.
When he finally finds out the truth, he's actually happy and doesn't kill the butler.
Right.
Like, that should have turned him into the Hobgoblin.
He should have been like, I gotta go kill Venom and Sandman, and I'm gonna come back for your ass.
Like, he should have tied him to the chair and he's like, "When I come back, I'm gonna have a talk with you."
I'm gonna melt your face.
Yeah.
It's awesome. All right.
Now I feel like we should do Finding Nemo like we did the other one.
Fuck it. That was too good, though. I don't. Do you want to? Is Finding Nemo to the?
I don't know, but I just noticed this the other day. I just noticed it. Like,
All
what
right.
the fuck?
Okay.
So it's in the beginning of the episode, or I'm sorry, the movie, where Nemo goes and touches the boat, right? Well, you know how, like, when he comes back from the boat, the human is like right there, like coming up from behind him or whatever. They're in the reef. The reef isn't very tall, like from the bottom of the ocean,
Right.
because that's the bottom right there is the reef. How did you not see the human just fucking hanging out there? Like, just hanging out in the middle of nothing. Just the middle of nothing. Like, you didn't see the human there. Like, just hanging out. Like, you didn't even look down when you were swimming. You didn't look down at all, like, underneath you. Like, even if I'm walking down the sidewalk, I know what I'm walking over.
Well, and
Like,
fish,
you just swim.
a fish can
Like-
see. Fish can't see in front of them, right? But they can see to either side.
I guess, but what about all the other people that were like, still hanging out by the cliff? They couldn't see any. They couldn't see the human like beneath him. There's only like a 4 foot drop.
Yeah, the reef wasn't very deep. I never really thought of that. I just always thought
I didn't.
that
I didn't realize that until I saw it the other day. I was like, that's a pretty big human, and they're just hanging out at the reef. Like, how did they not fucking see that guy?
like don't go out there and touch the boat. There's a guy right there.
Because like remember like there's the scene where they actually he finds Dory for the first time or
Hmm.
meets Dory. Well, okay, so think about that. Think about that. How deep that is. You could see the boat from the bottom of the ocean there, right? What's that like 12 feet?
Hmm.
12 feet, right? If you're swimming in the middle of the ocean, there's a 5'6" guy in black with like blowing bubbles out of his mouth, and you're a fucking fish. You would notice that. You would, cause, right? You would notice the
Especially
fucking
if you're
guy.
a Pixar fish, you should definitely notice it.
I mean, it's not like I'm gonna wait till you burn your face off type thing to let you know that your dad was an asshole, but it still doesn't make any sense that nobody saw the
But
human.
hey, don't go out there. There's somebody down there. Come back.
Especially like you're in the ocean and there are predators. Like you didn't even check. Like you didn't like your mom died from fucking barracuda and you didn't check before you swim out into the open ocean.
You're an asshole.
Yeah. Like clearly you did not pay attention to anything your dad was telling you.
That's a Luke Skywalker moment. He throws his fucking lightsaber away. This kid throws his life away. He's just like, I'm just gonna go out there and touch this boat because these stupid kids are egging me on. Fucking
Yeah.
idiot.
And obviously this boat just got out here and is not doing anything, and that human that's right below me is not going to capture me.
Yeah, you would think like the father finds him, right? He's like, "Oh, I'm
Yeah.
so happy to see you," and then just fucking bitch slaps him across the face like really
Do
hard.
you have any fucking clue what I did to get to you right now?
Yeah,
Any fucking clue?
I almost got.
What was the first thing I told you when you leave the reef is to check your surroundings. You should have saw the fucking human. I'm gonna fuck your other fin up now.
See, you can't swim at all. I gotta
Yeah, you
accompany
just
you.
fucking shake your fucking ass to school and shake it back.
I'm gonna go find that barracuda.
Fucking moron.
Yeah. Oh my god. Do you have
But I really
any
But I really
idea
do
what-
love finding email.
Yeah, it's got a good message. It's lovely.
Yeah.
It's about family.
Yeah.
Still,
And
you
not
would-
looking both ways before you
would
cross the
have-
street.
He would have had the worst punishment in the world, though. I mean, that kid would have been grounded till he was like 30.
I mean, think about all the shit that Marlon went through.
he's like, "Do you have any idea what I went through? And now I have to take your ass back. Like,
Yeah.
that was far. Like, you don't even understand how far that is, and we're little."
I almost died 6 fucking times. And all you had to do was just check underneath you. Just look down once and you would have fucking saw that human there.
Game over.
Fucking
Credits.
Stupid fuck.
Oh god.
And then like the next movie is like Finding Marlin because he fucking runs away from the cops after killing Nemo. It's Finding
It's
Marlin.
called Chasing Marlin.
Finding Marlin by the cops.
He's all psychotic and shit.
He's like, I'm not going back. I'm not going back. I'm not fucking going out to the open water again.
Yeah. I know how to get to Australia, so fuck you. You can't follow me.
Yeah.
I gotta find Crush. He'll help me out. He'll give me some good weed so I can forget everything.
Yeah. I'm gonna hang out with Dory. Play who has a worse memory.
Yeah, she like wakes up like 5 years later and goes, "You fucking
Yeah.
killed your son."
I'm gonna play a game with Dory trying to smoke. I'm gonna smoke so much that Dory's gonna have a better memory than me.
And he's like been having sex with Dory the entire time, and she's like,
Doesn't know it.
"Wait a minute."
And then Dory's pregnant and forgets that she's pregnant every fucking day.
Was this like 51st dates?
For 51st dates. Right.
Oh my God.
Oh, man.
This is horrible. It's like, oh my God. It's like the
And
third.
then, like,
This is the sequel to Finding Dory. This is
yeah.
Chasing Marlin.
And then right before she gives birth, like credits roll, and you have to wait till the next movie, and then you find out it's like the birth scene from V. That's true. That's true. Like nerdum right there.
Oh my
if you
God.
think that the birth scene and Finding Dory are
How
pretty funny
many
together.
how many different genres did we just mash up?
I don't know.
I want to see that movie now. That sounds so twisted. It's like twisted Pixar. I wish Pixar would just branch off and do like twisted rated R shit. That would be awesome.
Well, it was like clear. Like Marlon lost like 400 kids and his wife in one day.
Yeah.
And then this dumb fucking kid doesn't look below him while he's swimming. Like that should have broke him.
Oh yeah. It'd be
Like something should have went wrong.
I'm done.
Something should have went wrong, and he should have been like trying to fucking eat Bruce or something.
It's like, I'm gonna go find a new wife. I'm gonna make some new kids.
Fuck this.
I wasted all this time on my kid, who clearly did listen.
If he died that way, it would have been the dumbest thing ever. All you had to do was just look down. Like it would have been the same. It would have been as stupid as Meg Ryan.
No,
in fucking City of Angels.
Exactly. It just goes all the way around. Like he goes out of the ocean, eyes closed, and then runs into the propeller, and like, it's like guts go everywhere.
Or no, he's finally on his way back. Like they
yeah,
like
They're all
Marlon
happy.
they're coming back from Australia and they can see the reef, and all of a sudden they fucking get like chopped the fuck up by like giant propellers.
But Marlon lives though, because he's just like, yeah, exactly, the horror on his face. He's like, no.
There's like blood dripping down the screen. Kids are screaming in the fucking movie theater.
The end.
Kids are scream like the young kids are screaming. Some of them are like crying hysterically. Other ones are throwing up.
The movie theater people are just like, fuck. This is like the third theater today. We had to clean this shit up.
Yeah, we gotta stop screening this shit. How the fuck did this movie get a G rating?
That's adorable. Oh God. And then the seagulls above are going mine, 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 trying to like figure out who's gonna eat the remnants.
Yeah, it's like
float
it's
to
fucking
the top.
it's fucking, and they go eat because it's like chum in the water, and then Bruce kills the fucking seagulls. Credits.
No more sequels.
Yeah,
it's over.
Everybody's dead.
There you go. Well, what the fuck, man? All right.
Yeah, this episode lived up to the title.
Yeah. Sure. People are literally going, what the fuck, Vic?
What the hell just
Seriously,
happened?
What
the hell just happened?
Yeah. Anyway. All right. Well, that's episode 78 of Chew on This, a Nerds United podcast. I'm BJ.
Vic.
Until next time, folks, chew on that.
Later.